Set that hook. I think I see it, and it is. Whew. Whew. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel, and thanks for tuning in to Vitamin D TV. Today, as you see in the title, we are making some huge upgrades to the project boat, the Facebook Marketplace boat, the little 16-foot Cape Horn here that we've been working on. So we've done a lot of work on this boat, and today is the day that we make, just another huge upgrade to this boat. So for a while, we've been dealing with some issues with the fish finder, GPS and depth finder, all that. But today, all that comes to an end because we have made a nice purchase of this huge Lowrance. Now this is a 12-inch Lowrance Elite. Now this is the 12-inch Lowrance Elite FS with a total scan. So this is the biggest fish finder that Lowrance makes. I think that just has a bracket mount right here. You can mount it flush, I believe. But this is top of the line stuff right here. I mean, there is a Pro Series that does like HDS where it shows everything in super clear detail, as well as just a few other features. But this guy right here has the capabilities of active target, as you can see right here. But we're not going to be using it for that because that's more for freshwater stuff. But just know that if we ever do decide to get rid of this project boat, that of course, now that I've paid so much money for this guy, that this guy will stay with me. All right, so let's just backtrack a little bit. So here's the electronics that was on the boat. This is a Humminbird E99 CI HD. This guy, it looks like a big unit, but it's not, right? So this screen here is about 5 inches. It is color. It does work still, but it's been cutting out. It doesn't read my depth right, and it just has been giving me problems. Recently, I pulled the cards out of them and tried to put them in my laptop to see what information was on them. And there is information, but I guess this guy just decided it doesn't want to read them anymore. So all I have is my maps. It reads depth. It has side imaging, as you can see there, but the side imaging does not work. It works from one side of the boat, but it doesn't work on the other side of the boat. So super old technology here. These guys go for like $100 nowadays if you find them on eBay. I don't even think they sell them in stores anymore. They're just super outdated. This guy is a Lowrance. I think this is a CX15. This is just a chart plotter. Now this guy is a really good piece of equipment because it has all of your coordinates on it offshore. And when I bought this boat and I powered this guy up, I saw all the coordinates that were still left on this boat. The problem is the coordinates that are on this thing, they're out of Grayton Beach over in 30A area where I bought the boat. And so I live about an hour and a half away. So it's kind of hard for me to fish those locations unless I drag my boat all the way over there, launch somewhere close, and then drop, and then take the boat out from there. I plan on doing that. I plan on taking the numbers out of this thing, but for now, we're just going to go ahead and retire both of these guys. And another thing, you can see that this Lowrance is just sun fried. The screen is just burnt up from just sitting out in the sun for months and months at a time with no shade. And so that is damaged, and the only way I'd be able to fix that is to buy another one of these and put the screen on it, or take it to an electronic shop and see if they can find some type of screen that will work for it. A lot of work for a unit that is just super outdated, and I don't think it's worth it. So we went ahead and done the one thing that we needed to do. The smart move was to just buy something that I can just upload everything onto from the internet, and then start from scratch, right? Now, the numbers in here are still going to be good and always going to be good for offshore fishing, but it's time to upgrade, and this is what we went with. It was between this and the Garmin 94SV, which is a super good unit, but for the price, you're only going to get 9 inches of screen, and the mapping's a little bit better on the Garmin, of course, because it's Garmin, right? But still super good mapping on this, super good side imaging, down scan, sonar, radar for weather. It has the steering compatibilities if you want it to hook up autopilot. It's got active target if you want to go that route, and just a lot of super cool features. Touchscreen. This 12-inch screen is gonna look huge on this little boat, and that's exactly what I wanted. So today we're gonna go ahead and start ripping the wires and things out of this boat. Let me show you what we're looking at. So here's the transducer wire, and it runs through that tunnel right there all the way up under the center console there. It should be pretty easy to route, but we won't know until we start, right? Let me show you this transducer. So this transducer has had its day. Look at this. You can see where some of the I don't want to call it tar, but it's a tar like substance that kind of bleeds out of these things from years of age and just heat. And also look at this. This thing is crooked, right? So if you're running side scan, you want this thing to be straight. Now, I didn't turn that before I started filming. You want this thing to sit straight and stay there. That way it can send that side scan out in this direction and out in that direction and read as well as possible. If this thing's sitting sideways, it's going to read down towards the seafloor, which defeats the purpose of side scan, right? So we're going to be pulling this guy off. This transducer still works, but I don't know if it's doing what it's supposed to be doing, because we weren't getting good readings. We'd be in like 4 foot of water and it'd be reading like 186 foot. So I think she's fried. We'll go ahead and start pulling all this stuff out, starting from the top up there. We're gonna have to remount a bracket for our new finder, and we're gonna have to get rid of this stuff, this old stuff here, that's up here. And it just kills me to have this whole console looking like this. It's a little bit cluttered, a lot of outdated stuff on here. CD player radio that does not work, so I want to get rid of that eventually. And we're going to be able to get rid of this stuff right here. So those old fish finders, they come with these little radars right here, and they plug into the back, but now everything's internal, so you don't need all this wiring and all this weird stuff just sticking out everywhere. The radio is still going to have this big antenna until I buy another radio. But yeah, let's go ahead and get some of this stuff removed, and then see if we can't get the new unit mounted. Let's go. All right, so before we get started, let's go ahead and open this guy up and show you what you get with Lowrance Elite FS12. So mind you, I'm not sponsored by Lowrance. They are not paying me to do this. They are not paying me to do this, and I wasn't sent this unit for a sponsor deal. I did pay for this with my own money. So of course you open it up, there's some information about how the package is made. Inside of here, I did open it up last night. You got your quick start guide, you got your operator's manual with further information, right? So that's going to tell you everything you need to know about it. And then you got your total scan installation little book, and I think there's a warranty sheet in here. I think you get a 2-year warranty, and then also it comes in France, the manual there. So we'll slide that out of the way. Up here on the left, you got your transducer. So a lot of the more expensive units do not come with a transducer. This one comes with the total scan transducer. When you purchase this guy, make sure that it says in the description on the title of whatever you're purchasing that it comes with a transducer, because you could end up buying a $1,300 unit and then it does not come with a transducer, and you have to buy that separate, and those guys can go for like $300, $500 in addition to what you're paying for the unit itself. So make sure you got that. You got your I think this is the power cable, and then you got your mounting brackets and the main bracket right there, as well as the screws that go on the side. Not sure what this guy is, but here's what we all came to see, right? This is that large screen. So there it is. You can see my hand. I'm 6'2". I got some pretty big hands. Let me open it up, take the cover off. And then there it is. So a lot of real estate there. We're going to be able to see anything and everything that is below us and to the side of us if we're running a side scan. And I really got this because I want to get out on this little boat and I want to try and catch a tarpon from the beach. So hopefully this will be able to do the job and help us locate those fish to where I can get up on them and make some good casts and get hooked up on them. So huge screen there, which is exactly what I wanted. And we'll go ahead and cover it back up, and then we'll start with the wiring process. All right, so depending on your plan of attack and how you like to do things, you can either mount the monitor, the screen, whatever you want to call it, first, or you can go ahead and run your transducer wire. With me, I like to start on the hardest thing first and then button everything up afterwards, right? So I think the first thing I'm gonna do is focus on this transducer wire and getting the new transducer wire ran throughout the boat. So the first thing I'm gonna do is unhook these zip ties, right? I zip tied all that together to make sure it wasn't gonna keep pulling itself out, because that was the issue. And I would have to plug it back in and start my fish finder all over again. But we'll unzip this, we'll open this hatch, of course, and then what you have to do, a little trick, is to tape the end of this to the end of the transducer wire on this guy, and then what you'll do is you'll feed it through, right, from back to front, fish the wire through that tunnel and get it to come up exactly where you need it to, through whatever hole you have coming through your center console or whatever, wherever you're mounting it. So we're going to figure out how to do that. Might not film a lot of it because it's going to be a pain in the butt, and I'm running low on time. I have to go to work. So we're going to try and do that real quick, and we'll touch back in with you guys. All right, guys, quick update. What I am going to do now is, I had this piece of rope in my garage, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this guy and tie it to the end of the transducer wire, right? Actually, I'm going to tape it. I'm going to tie it and tape it so that it doesn't come apart halfway through, because that would be a nightmare. But once we do that, we'll be able to pull this wire through to the back where it comes out over in that hole right there, and then we should be able to connect the other end to our new transducer wire, and then pull the rope this time back through the hole, and we should have the transducer wire fished through. So this could be a nightmare for a lot of marine mechanics who do installations, but hopefully this is a smooth process for us. Let's see if we can get it done. All right, quick tip before we pull it through. Once we have it all taped up, you want this transition from wire to rope to be as smooth as possible, as smooth of a transition as possible. That way it doesn't get snagged on any other cables or obstructions that are going through that tunnel. So on some boats it's a little bit worse, it's a lot tighter, but on these smaller vessels it should be pretty easy. But try to keep that in mind. Try and make that transition from wire to rope as smooth as possible, and then you should be able to pull it through with ease. Fingers crossed. Let's go.
So are you taping the old wire to the new wire and pulling it through as you pull this one out?
That's what I said. I'm doing the rope first.
You're doing the rope first.
Yep, see, there we go. We're already successful. So now I can cut this, and then we'll tie our new transducer wire to this rope and then do it in reverse. We'll pull the rope, and hopefully that rope will pull our new transducer wire through into the center console. All right, guys, we got the old cable out for the transducer. We got the new wire all taped up, and we got it unwound as well. So you want to make sure you unwind that guy. And again, a smooth transition, about as smooth as I can get with this new transducer. It's a lot bigger, so hopefully we don't have any problems. But that first one came out pretty good. We're going to try and feed this guy slow to begin with, and then we're going to pull on our rope and see if we can get it to come. So to start with, I'm going to guide it there down at the back. As it starts to pull, I'm going to try and guide it, make sure it's going the way that I want it to go. Hopefully this goes smooth. Don't want to do like serious pulling on those transducer wires. It's coming. I have it tied with a uni knot. See, it's trying to bind up there. Okay, yep. All right, so the one thing I was worried about happening is happening. That end for the connector is just far too blunt to go through that tiny tunnel. So I have an idea. We have to make it more of a smooth transition, and I got an idea though. Let's try it. All right, gonna get rid of that noise for you guys, but we still got the flag waving, so we're not gonna stop that guy from waving. It's Blue Angels weekend. But listen, what I've done is taken a piece of cardboard, right? And this is just cardboard that I had laying around. I was using it for different things, but look, we've made the transition so smooth that it should just go straight through. Nice and sharp point. It's not a blunt edge anymore. So just some ingenuity, right? So we've taped it up really good with electrical tape. Hopefully this didn't bulk it up too much to where it gets bound up again. But all we can do is try, right? So let's feed this guy through, and hopefully our little trick worked. Come on, baby. I need a winner. I need a winner, chicken dinner. All right, so it's already trying to go through. Talk to me nice. Talk to me nice. Yeah, look at that, dude. Yeah, it worked. Woo! I just love it when a plan comes together. Look at that, came right on through. So again, guys, those blunt edges, if you can get rid of them, if you can make a smooth transition from wire to rope, then you should be in good hands. So we got that fed through. I'm gonna untape this guy, and then we'll start undoing all this stuff. Look at these screws, man. This was bad. All right, let's get all this stuff out of here and see if we can't knock this out. Oh my goodness, dude. This is legit. Look at this, guys. Oh my goodness. This thing is looking proper, bro. Look at the size of the screen. I didn't want to bore you guys with the mounting, but check this out. Wham! Oh my goodness. This little boat is it's getting far more credit, far more attention than it deserves, but we're gonna give it to her. We're just gonna full send it. We got it fully mounted, guys. I just want to show you guys that part, that it is mounted now. It's nice and sturdy. Got the screws in there that they sent with the kit, and these old brackets, man, we can get rid of these. Just some old stuff. And wow, I cannot believe the difference it makes. So we will get rid of this. I just don't know if I want to just pull this off. I might just pull that off. Here, let's do this real quick. Yeah. Here we go. Another thing out of the way. There we go. So there's a lot of holes in this boat. I said it before, I'll say it again. You see all these drilled holes where they've mounted stuff and removed stuff, as well as the old stickers. We're gonna come back and we're gonna clean all this stuff up. We're gonna fill all these holes with whatever that marine putty is, and just get rid of all this stuff like this. I don't know what this was for. You got these old tags. This is the old bow light that does not work. It was working when it wanted to, but it doesn't anymore. Yeah, this guy is capable of running and showing all of your data to your engine. Now, I don't know if this engine, this old engine, can hook up to it, but we're definitely gonna find out. We'll go up to Lou's Marine, talk to our guys over there, see if we can get the information to read on that bad boy, hook up a few wires, and then have that information on the screen. That would be super dope. But wow, look at the difference it made. Now all we have to do is hook the power wire up, and then we should be good to go. Also got to mount the transducer. So again, I'll show you guys again. This was a bracket for a kicker motor that came on the boat. I did plug it back with the hardware that was there. Here's our water line. You can see the scum line, but a little bit of water seeps in right here. This is a wet boat, so it's got scuppers where if water comes into this boat, which it's designed to do, it'll just dump right back out. So here's one of the little ingenuity things that the owner did. Previous owner, he put a hook and some line here to keep this scupper open so it bells out a lot easier. So this boat is made to hold water. Sometimes your feet will get wet, but no worries, because this boat is filled with some type of foam that allows it to not sink even if it takes on a ton of water. As long as you can get on the throttle and get this baby moving, she's not gonna go down. Even if it does capsize, it's probably just gonna sit there and float, and you'll have something to float on it. But I'm getting off track. That Lowrance Elite FS12 looks so good up there. Can't wait to put this boat in the water and put it to use and just dabble with all the different features that it has on there. Man, I'm so excited. So we're gonna get that transducer mounted. I think for the most part we got everything out of the way that I wanted to show you guys. I appreciate you guys following along for this far. We're probably gonna throw some fishing in at the end of this video, just to satisfy your fishing needs, and then we will have a video that I'm probably going to film this weekend. We're probably going to take the boat and watch Blue Angels out of the boat this weekend on Pensacola Beach. But other than that, the next fishing video, we're going to leave out of Destin Pass, see if we can't cruise up and down the beach, maybe use that side scan to locate those fish, and then we're going to see if we can't get hooked up on a tarpon for the first time ever and out of our boat. So you guys keep your fingers crossed. We're gonna have the content coming your way. Here's some fishing for you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. How crazy is that screen? Like and subscribe. Drop me a comment on what you think about the new the new unit. So yeah, it's huge, I know. Let's go. All right, let's get to fishing. Well, we're about 5, 7, maybe 10 miles out in the Gulf. Decided to shut the engine down. We're gonna go ahead and refuel, and I got one of those sardines out right now. So we're not sitting above any kind of coordinates or any type of structure. As you can see, it's just clear down there on the bottom, but we're in 87 foot of water. We got a bait out. We're gonna refuel, see if something decides to eat it, something going by, something passing, and really it's not a bad way to fish. So you know, all you got to do is have a little patience. So while we're refueling, we'll see what happens here, just out in the open water. Okay, something's got it. Something's definitely got it. Something's swimming with it. Okay, whatever it is, it's not big. There he goes. There he goes. Holy crap, we're hooked up. We're hooked up. Just floating a bait, and we're hooked up. I was refueling. Okay. And there's some fish blowing up behind me. Whoa! Oh, did he? No. Okay. All right. Let me set that hook. Make sure he gets it. This fish is already doing circles. Okay. All right. All right. Staying right under the boat. Okay. I have a still leader on, just in case it was a king or something with teeth. And right now it's hard to tell, but that fish is running in circles underneath the boat, almost like a bonita, a tuna. It's probably going to be a bonita. As a matter of fact, I think I see it, and it is. Whew. Whew. Something must be on him, or not. He ate a whole Spanish sardine. Whew. Sometimes sharks will get behind these guys. He picked that bait up so gently. He didn't do a whole lot of, he didn't just eat and run. He just, yeah, it's a bonita. Oh my God. There's a couple of them behind him too. Should be able to grab this leader and just flip him in. There we go. A massive bonita. Not exactly what I was hoping for, but it's some action. And I think there's a school around us. He had about 3 fish following him. Sometimes you'll just hear a few splashes around your boat. And a lot of times it'll be these guys. Here we go, guys. A nice bonita, aka false albacore. False albacore is their real name, but these are fun fighting fish. I didn't expect to catch this guy, especially on a live bait, but we'll take him. I got him bled out, so we'll throw him in the cooler and maybe we'll do some tuna with him. He's a baby tuna.